So first of all, we have Gisela from Belgium. How are you, Gisela?
I'm fine. I'm very happy here in Lahore.
Right. So I'll start from the beginning. What was your perception about Pakistan before coming here?
Before coming here, I was already convinced that Pakistan is one of the most beautiful countries in the world.
Right. So you
Yeah.
were not scared like a lot of people usually say, like maybe we will be kidnapped or someone will harm us or something like that. You
No.
didn't have that kind of.
I wasn't scared for that. I was just scared for the facilities
Right,
because
right.
I'm a medical patient and I have to take care of medicine and some issues.
Right. Right. So
Yes,
you had.
that was my main concern.
Right. Right. And I think you had some of those issues while traveling in
I
Pakistan
had,
as well.
yes.
Right. And what was the why did you decide to come to Pakistan then?
Because like I told you in the beginning, Pakistan is number one on my bucket list.
Right,
It's
right.
a long time.
Yeah, we are in touch from a long time, and you always wanted to come
and
here.
it's my second try because 2020 with COVID, my trip was cancelled
Right,
to
right.
Pakistan.
And just to add to my video, how many countries have you seen before coming to Pakistan?
108.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
So, where will you rank Pakistan? I know there is different kinds of rankings we can talk about. Like when we talk about nature, where will you rank Pakistan amongst those
Will
108?
you?
Where will you rank Pakistan? Rank
Rank?
or rate? Yeah,
As to nature,
yeah.
like in the top 5, let's say,
Right,
at least.
right,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
And talking about people of Pakistan,
Well, I had good and bad experiences. Here in Lahore, very good experiences.
right.
Yeah.
But you enjoyed Pakistan's hospitality,
I enjoyed, yes.
right? And what about the diverse cultures that you experienced, all the way from Karachi, then to Peshawar, Kailash?
Absolutely fantastic. I mainly loved Kailash because
Right,
for
right.
us,
It's a very
people of
unique-
Europe is unique in the world.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and the hospitality of those people is just incredible.
Right.
And I went to the 5-day festival, and it was just amazing. It was one of the best experiences I had in Pakistan.
Right. Any other good thing that you experienced in Pakistan?
Yes, the Hunza in northern areas, very beautiful. The most beautiful place for me was Ferry Meadows and base camp Nanga
Nanga
Parbat.
Parbat,
Yeah,
right, right,
absolutely.
Right. And what about Pakistani food?
Well, what to say? I tried some things. They use a lot of spices.
Yeah.
So I advise the tourists to be careful with that. I also had food poisoning, and many other tourists have. But I have also very delicious things. I would say just try a little bit of everything and decide for yourself.
Right. And anything you think that Pakistan really needs to work on if we really
To
want
begin with, yes, absolutely. But I think that is a government issue. The government has to change a lot, and it starts with the visa.
Yeah,
It's a
exactly.
pain in the ass to get the visa online, to get extension, to get exit permit.
We have to
all
make those things
Yeah.
much easier if we want more tourism
Exactly.
in Pakistan.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. And how much time have you already spent in Pakistan?
Now almost 40 days, I think 35, 36 days.
Right.
And I have still 7 days left.
Right.
Yeah.
And from all your experience, how much points you will give to Pakistan from 1 to 10? Overall rating.
Well, it's difficult to say.
Just generally asking. I know there are different ups and downs of all the traveling we have.
Well, I would give it 6, 7, maybe.
6, 7, right.
Yeah.
It's good enough. We need to work on a lot of things.
I think yes.
Yeah, of course.
Pakistan has a lot of potential.
Right.
But like I said from the beginning, if Pakistan wants more tourists, they have to make things easier. To start with the visa, also tour operators, they have to get more experience of how to deal with foreign tourists.
Right.
And all begins with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Thinking about not only showing the beauty of Pakistan, we know that and what there is to see, but what kind of help tourists need, like help with visa and
yeah.
help with facilities.
The professionals should know all of these things
Yes,
as well.
yes,
Yeah, right.
yes.
All right, thank you very much.
You're
Now
welcome.
we have Jennifer with us from Germany, and you can find her on Instagram, Jennifer Around the World,
Right?
and on Facebook it's Drover Jen.
Yes, there's also travel blog Jennifer around the world. So
That's also Jennifer Around the World.
yes, also yes. Mhm.
Right, right. So how are you, Jennifer?
Oh, super good. Finally, I made it to Lahore after like a 45 days trip already in
Right,
Pakistan.
right. So you already know a lot about Pakistan.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Yeah, right. So what was your image or perception of Pakistan before coming here?
Okay, I planned my Pakistan trip already more than 2 years ago. And back then it was a mix out of, one hand you have news, really old news, like 9/11, more than 20
Right,
years
right.
old. Then it's like a big gap in the internet, it shows a lot of negativity. And my friends and people I knew before, they share completely different things. And so I decided,
Let's
I have
try it.
to-
Let's try it
Check
yourself.
it out to see it with their own eyes. yes.
Right,
Uh-huh.
right. And when did you decide to finally come to Pakistan and you started searching for it?
Yeah, I said it was more than 2 years ago when I
Right,
was
right.
on a world trip, but well, we know the story with Corona, so I couldn't enter and I was kind of stuck in India.
Right, right.
And now I decided to go back. I was traveling before in the Middle East, like Iraq,
Right.
Iran, and finally Pakistan opened and I managed to come.
Right. And I also like to know what was your friends or family's reaction when they knew that you were coming to Pakistan. Did they know that it's a safe place for a solo female traveler, or
Yeah. I used to travel a lot on my own, female, also to places like Iraq and Iran, you know, really controversial
Yeah,
discussed places. And my friends basically, they say of course always the same, be careful.
Right.
Just be careful. Nothing special. There was not like to make more problems. Also when I used to say, oh, it was in Hindu Kush and Afghani border, oh, it's nice, huh? You know, like there is
Yeah,
not a
yeah,
big
right,
deal anymore.
right, right. So how many places, which places you have seen generally in Pakistan, and what was your favorite part of Pakistan?
Oh. Okay, so I started with Islamabad because
Right.
people recommend me to fly in to take it easy, and it was a really good decision. And then I tried to come in contact with the locals to share costs also because at the moment I'm a low budget traveler. So I went up to Hunza area, let's say, by car, stayed there a lot. And then I went in direction from Gilgit to Skardar, so more east, let's say, kinda India border, Hablo, like these spaces and this time.
Right, right.
And then a couple of days with public transportation back to Gilgit and Shandur Pass to Hindu Kush to reach Kailash Valley, Kailash Festival, Chitral area,
Right,
where I
right.
spent most of the time, down to Peshawar. Yeah, now Lahore. Yeah.
Right, and you did not tell your favorite part out of all this journey.
Ooh.
I know it's a
Okay,
difficult.
this is my favorite.
I know it's a difficult
It's a
question.
really difficult question.
Yeah.
I think one of the favorite was Kailash
Right.
Valley, Chitral, because also of weather conditions. At the moment, it's a bit more, yeah.
Right, right.
Uh-huh. But but yeah.
And what about generally, what you would say about general Pakistani people, how they treat you? I know you were a little bit irritated by a lot of selfies and stuff, but I'm sure there are too many positives also when you talk about Pakistani people.
Yes. So first of all, Pakistan is the most diverse country I've ever visited. So
Right.
it depends definitely where you are. I haven't been south yet, so I can't tell you. But north, some places, super safe.
Right,
Other places like big cities, you need to be always a little bit more careful. It's a big city, it's like
Right.
everywhere. So I feel really always comfortable in smaller places, in villages, and people, it's like family now. They're treating me
Right.
like super nicely, welcoming, sometimes even too nicely. You know, I'm
Right.
not a princess, isn't it? I'm just a human being. So I feel really good. Sometimes it's nice to be special for people, so they like to take pictures, like to come in contact. Sometimes they don't know that I need first my morning coffee and then
Right,
I'm
right.
available for them. So
Right.
No, so when people finding the right moment to take pictures, I'm trying it more. Otherwise, there is also thing like, hey, there are boundaries. Like,
Right.
let's finish my breakfast and then we can
Right,
do
right.
pictures.
And about Pakistani food, what did you like here?
Ooh, much stuff. What was it in Peshawar? Tambokh?
Dampukht.
Yeah.
Dampukht.
Tambokh. It only is Pakistani or Afghani.
Yeah, it is more of, actually our cuisine in Peshawar side, KPK
Yes.
side and Afghani food is
Oh,
almost
I
similar.
loved it. I forced my friend every day to go there.
Right, right.
And then always I got already double portion because this is like slowly cooked meat,
Yeah,
with
yeah.
potatoes and onions and stuff like this. So like good homemade food, good for the body. And in the end I got always double portion.
Right.
This I love. Chitrali rice was also good, but this tambokh. I'm tambokh now.
Right. Any other very good experience that you like to share about Pakistan?
Of course, some adventure. I love to travel around the world. For me, it's the most the thing like to see diversity and the colorful people
Right.
and authenticity. And it's amazing. Pakistan had potential about tourism, about traveling, like quality with a tour guide that bring you, I think, to the amazing places. For me, low budget on my own was not always easy, but I know
Yeah.
it's not, yeah, it is like it is. But basically to go around and see the beautiful nature and it's just opening my heart. Chandur Pass or some places, Hunza, there's the Chinese border, there's India waiting, there is Afghan, of course, you can go to Afghani border quite close. Amazing.
Right.
I will never forget to go trekking at this Kalash Valley, close to Afghanistan, and
Yeah.
you go further and further and further, you need a permission. And this is paradise here, and
Right.
Afghanistan is 10 kilometers far away, and it's just like, wow, things like this, and I can
Right,
tell you a
right.
lot of stories.
Right. And anything bad or anything that Pakistan should really work on to increase more tourism in the country?
I think people always mentioning like visa.
Yeah.
So I choose an agency and had letter of invitation, but even for me it took 6 weeks. So
Right.
when people at least choosing like agencies, you know, there's all like tourism behind, money, service. Why 6 weeks? It was
Right,
like
right.
we need to plan our stuff
Right.
to make, generally speaking, the visa process a bit easier for everybody. One thing, and the second, I feel like here's a big gap in between domestic tourism and international tourism. Maybe, how should I say, mostly to 90% I met hilarious people. They are now family, they are now friends. This is really nice, reliable people.
Right.
But also in between I got like a taste. Guys, what is the problem? And basically it's about communication.
Right.
And for me as a tourist, as a European tourist, it's also okay to say, ma'am, I don't know. I
Right,
don't
right.
have experience.
Right,
No,
right.
never ever someone come across with
But
this.
here a lot of people would say, I will help you.
I will help you.
And
but
then they
better
disappear.
not.
And then they disappear.
This is not good.
Yeah,
not
this
good.
is bad, right.
You can say straightforward, I don't know.
Right.
Or it's not possible,
Yeah, exactly.
not at the moment, whatever. You know, things like this, and it would be okay.
Right.
But this goes straight. Yeah, for us, yes is a yes and no is
No
a
is a
no.
no, right.
Please.
When someone tells you that I'm going to help you in this matter, you start waiting for his response.
Exactly.
And then that person has no idea what he has to do for you.
Exactly.
Right.
So things like this.
Right. All right. Thank you so much for your time.